everyone, it's Emily here. Today, I want to take you on a very personal journey, one that has shaped the person I am today. As you may know or not, I've been an avid traveler for most of my life. And in this video, I will be sharing how these experiences have influenced who I've become and why I decided to settle in Canada and take a break from constant travel in 2024. I'm now in my late 30s. Yes, I'm far from perfect. I've hit rock bottom before and spent a long time feeling lost. But I can honestly say that I love the person I've grown into, and a big part of that is due to my journey as a global traveler. But let's go back a bit to where it all started. It all began when I was 16 years old. That was the year I first traveled abroad, and it was to UK and France. I remember the excitement and the nervousness of stepping onto a plane for the first time, knowing that I was about to explore places that were entirely new to me. It was my first taste of independence, my first glimpse of the world beyond my home, and it was so exhilarating. Visiting the UK and France opened the door to a world of endless opportunities. Seeing the landmarks like Big Ben in London and the Eiffel Tower in Paris was, of course, breathtaking. But what struck me even more was the realization that the world was so much bigger and more diverse than I had ever imagined. It was like opening a book that I couldn't just put down. I wanted to read every chapter, every page, and even every word. So my love affair with travel began. From that moment on, I knew that travel would be a significant part of my life. While other teenagers were caught up in the Euro high school drama, I was busy planning my next trip. I was always daydreaming about the next adventure, the next culture I could immerse myself in, the thrill of unknowing, the excitement of discovery. It was so addictive. So when I entered university, most of my peers were focused on the studies, the romantic relationships, and the campus life, right? But me, I was busy plotting my next solo backpacking trip, while others were navigating the complexities of dating and college life. I was navigating foreign streets, train stations, and airports. I chose to spend my free time and vacations exploring new countries, learning new languages, and experiencing life from different perspectives. Backpacking through Europe, Asia, and even parts of the Middle East, I learned to trust my instincts and rely on my resourcefulness. There's something incredibly empowering about being on your own in a foreign country where you don't speak the language fluently and where every decision you make is entirely up to you. I learned to be self-reliant, to solve the problems on the fly, and to adapt quickly to new environments. This was where I really started to build confidence and independence. For example, I remember there's a time in Croatia where I got completely lost in a small town. My phone was dead and I didn't have a map. I had to ask locals for directions. But I just don't speak any Croatian at all. Although English is somewhat common in Croatia, I was in a really small town and not many people speak English there. It was nervous-wracking, but when I finally found my way, the sense of accomplishment was overwhelming. Exercise like this taught me that I am capable of handling anything life throws my way. While others were building their resumes with internships and part-time jobs, I was building a different kind of resume, one filled with stamps in my passport, friendships made across the globe, and memories that would last a lifetime. I didn't know it then, but these experiences were shaping the person I could become. So after graduation, most of my friends were busy starting their careers, settling to new jobs, and some even started getting married, pregnant, or even had babies. But I was still in love with the idea of exploring the world. The thought of settling into a traditional 9-to-5 job didn't appeal to me. I wanted to keep moving, to keep exploring. Instead of following the conventional paths, I took a bold step and decided to carve out my own career. I opened a cafe, started a party planning studio, becoming a travel consultant and guide, and even published 3 books, all of which allowed me the freedom to continue traveling. I've never had a 9 to 5 job. I have to say, any kind of missing life experience is a loss. But that's a decision I've never regretted. It allows me to chase my dreams, to see the world, and to learn about myself in ways that a traditional job never could. Traveling became my life, my work, and my passion. It wasn't just about seeing new places. It was about immersing myself in different cultures, learning from the people I met, and growing as a person. During this time, I started sharing my travel experiences on Chinese social media platforms, and before I knew it, I became a travel blogger. My followers grew, and I realized that I could inspire others to explore the world as well. This was incredibly fulfilling, knowing that my experiences could encourage others to step out of their comfort zones and see the world. So one of the most valuable lessons I learned from traveling is empathy. When I immerse myself in different cultures, I begin to see the world through the eyes of others. For example, I remember attending a wedding in Serbia where the customers were completely different from anything I had experienced before. The warmth and hospitality of the people were just overwhelming, and it made me realize that how much we can learn from each other. And another time when I was in Israel, I was invited to share a meal with a local family. It was a simple meal, but the sense of community and connection was so profound. These experiences taught me that despite our cultural differences, we share common hopes, dreams, and struggles. This realization made me more compassionate and less judgmental. Travel also taught me resilience. The unpredictable nature of travel means you are constantly faced with challenges, missed flights, language barriers, getting lost, and so much more. But each challenge is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become stronger, right? For example, like 5 years ago, when the pandemic first hit, I was just traveling in Russia. Just as I was about to end my trip and head home, all the international flights to China was suddenly cancelled, meaning I couldn't go back. Everyone was terrified of the virus, and I was rejected by every hotel, and I couldn't even go to a restaurant to eat. Luckily, I found an Airbnb, went to the supermarket, and brought some simple groceries to cook for myself. I finally got through that time. Since there were no flights, I even spent another half month exploring the different city. To be honest, it was incredibly stressful, being alone in a foreign country while the entire world was being hit by the virus. There were moments when I was really scared, but it forced me to think on my feet, find alternative transportation, and stay calm under pressure. So after being stranded for almost a whole month, I finally made it back home. Yes, I cried the moment I got home. But this experience is built what I like to call problem-solving muscle memory. The more you face challenges, the better you get at overcoming them. Traveling has also made me more introspective. When you're on the road, you have a lot of time to think and reflect. You start to understand yourself better, your strengths, your weaknesses, your desires, and your fears, right? This is also why I love hiking, especially under snow-capped mountains. I remember last year I went hiking in Nepal at the foothills of the Himalayas. It rains on and off, and there were times of intense sunlight. Although the whole experience was really tough, the feeling of being in nature, climbing step by step, was just incredible. In the end, I completed the entire trek. It's such a form of self-discovery that I don't think I could have achieved any other way. So with all these beautiful and incredible experiences and lessons, you might wonder why I decided to settle in Canada this year. Well, after years of constant travel, I feel it was time to pause and reflect. Sometimes we all need a break, a moment to recharge and think about the direction we want to take in life. Settle down in Canada is my way of reconnecting with myself, of finding clarity and purpose. I've been here for more than half a year now, and so far it's been a wonderful experience too. In a previous video, I talked about moving to a new country or city. If you are interested, click the link in the top right corner to check it out. Moving to a new country is like starting a new adventure. It's a chance to build a new community, explore different landscapes, and continue my personal growth in a fresh environment. Canada has been a perfect place for me to take this break. This place has the most stunning outdoor landscapes, and the relationships here between people are incredibly simple. And the slower pace of life has allowed me to recharge and reflect on my journey. It's a new chapter in my life, and I'm so excited about the opportunities it brings. I'm really grateful for all here. So if there's one piece of advice that I want to share, it's just to embrace travel, especially when you are young. Whether it's a short trip to a nearby town or a long-term journey across the globe, travel will just change you in ways you can't even imagine. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and explore the world. You will learn so much about yourself and the world around you. And who knows, you might just fall in love with the person you become. Even though I've temporarily paused my world travels, I still appreciate the growth that traveling has brought me in various aspects. I love the person I am today, right? And I owe a lot of that to the experiences and lessons travel has given me. It's not always easy, but each step of the journey is worth it. I hope my story has inspired you to explore the world. Step out of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Travel has shaped me in countless ways, from building confidence and resilience to deepen my understanding of the world and myself. Remember, every journey you embark on has a potential to change you, to help you grow, and to make you a better version of yourself. Whether you are taking your first trip abroad or you are a seasoned traveler, never stop exploring. The world is full of wonders, beauties, lessons, and the experiences waiting to be discovered. So keep traveling and keep being curious about the world. And please share your own travel experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear how travel has impacted you. Until next time, bye!